Guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a first impression of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. Now, I did purchase this on the day that it came out, and I was really impressed overall with the way they came about with this foundation. There are 26 shades, and there's an option for the fairest of the fairest to the deepest of the deep skin, and as well as the variety of undertone availability. So if you're cool, warm, olive, because it's very difficult to find your foundation. So I have to give a big kudos and round of applause to the ABH team for really considering all skin tones and all undertones and all of that for women. So kudos. I am like all over the place when it comes to foundation. So I did purchase two. I bought the shades Chestnut and Espresso. Now, Chestnut I purchased because it is more for like the golden undertone, which I do lean more towards that. So, but I did purchase Espresso because I feel like it would match, like, again, the outer, my neck, all of that. My chest is pretty light as well, so I'm just gonna try it out, see what happens. So these are the two shades that I picked up. Over here is Chestnut, and then this is Espresso, and you can see the biggest difference. Now, for the purpose of this video, I am going to use Chestnut only because I think it will suit me a little bit better. This is my face after blending it in with the Beauty Blender. I do feel like the damp Beauty Blender kind of shears it out a little bit, or at least that's how I feel I see it going on, because I'm not seeing too much coverage. I will say when I applied it over my skin, like over here I have like really large pores, and I didn't use a primer, but I saw like the pores and like the texture, which was like, whoa, girl. So I'm gonna go over it just to see how buildable it is, and just if I can cover like these dark spots over here, and I might try it with a brush to see how it applies with a brush versus a Beauty Blender. So let's see how that goes. Wow. Okay, so I definitely like the coverage after two applications. I will say that applying it with a foundation brush, the foundation is a little bit like drier, which I'm like I see with like stick foundations, so it doesn't like glide on and blend as easily, but I do like the more full coverage like look that I have with it. So I will probably say, if you are going to use a foundation brush, maybe like mist it a little bit with like Fix Plus, just to like I don't want to say loosen it up a little bit, but it is drier and a little bit more stiff. I like the coverage so far. I do have to go in with concealer. I mean, if I'm not like going anywhere and I'm not really doing much, I feel like this would be enough, but I have some like spots that I just want to cover up, and for that I'm actually going to be using a new concealer, so it's kind of like a two-in-one, and I'm using the new Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I picked up the shade Warm D37 or D37 Warm applicator, which is slightly tilted, which I like because it really just allows you to like go in under the eye. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to blend this out using a Beauty Blender. Okay, I am really into this concealer. Like, what dark circles? Bitch, I look good. So, yeah. I mean, I think the shade Espresso could very well be a good foundation shade as long as I highlight with like a lighter concealer. But I like the way Chestnut looks. It does look kind of now that I'm looking at it compared to my neck, like it matches my face beautifully, but again, like I am gonna have to warm up my face with a bronzer. So I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then come back to share my initial thoughts, and I will check in throughout the day to let you guys see how the foundation and the concealer actually, how it wears. The concealer I like. I mean, it covered like everything, so far, so good. Okay, so here I am with the full face. Please disregard the noise, the background noise. I've literally been sitting here for about an hour waiting for a bus that was in front of my apartment to leave. But I mean, so far I like the coverage. I think my skin looks healthy. It doesn't feel thick or cakey or like heavy at all for a full coverage foundation, especially since I put 2 layers on. But I like the way it looks, and I did put the Espresso shade as a slight contour, and the brows are a little heavy, but yeah, that's it. So I will be checking in throughout the day and let you guys know how I like the foundation. Hey guys, so it is now 7 o'clock p.m. and this is my face after about 3 hours of wear, 3-4 hours. It's coming up a little bit greasy on camera or very shiny, but really when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't look like greasy or oily. I do like the coverage. I don't have any patchiness. There's no like splotchy nonsense or anything like that. And yeah, I really, there's a little bit of shine really on my nose that if I were to blot it would go away, and then my forehead, which is pretty much where I always get oily, so it's nothing that a little bit of blotting paper won't be able to handle. It's not like it's super heavy. Even if I were to be out and about, I actually wouldn't feel bad or like gross if this was just the face. You know, like sometimes you get really shiny and your face just feels like heavy and like ugh, but that's not even a word. But yeah, so far so good. I do like the coverage. Again, it doesn't feel heavy or cakey or anything like that under my skin. I'll zoom in. You will need to blot. It's not a mattifying foundation. And for my under eyes, I'm really into this concealer. It's not like settling or creasing or anything like that. So far I like the Kat Von D. I am going to try the Chestnut shade to see, I mean the Espresso shade to see how I like that better. And if it makes a difference in terms of coloring, because it is on the more cool side, so I will like to see how that one wears as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Read my blog for the full verdict and to see any updates afterwards. But don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!